Welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be creating an eyeshadow using one of the L.A Girl 4 pan palettes. Now I picked all 6 of them up in my Ulta. They had them all and I believe they were $5.99 each. And they have the cutest little color schemes. Now one of the palettes are like kind of shaky and 2 of them fell out. And this one is Feels Good, which is a mauve. See now this one, the only one that is having that issue where the shadow didn't break, so I may have to get my glue gun and glue it back in. But it's the cutest little package. I like the little clear packaging. But this is the mauve one, and this one is Feel Good. I do like this color scheme, but I don't think I'm gonna use this one yet until I get these pans glued back in. So I'm going to put that one to the side. And then the this one is in the shade Juicy. Now I like these colors. I like this because it's more like a mixture of green gold. That's a really pretty shimmer. I'm trying to debate if I want to use this one or this one. And this one is Seduce. This is a nice everyday color scheme. Light, neutral, not over the top. And then I have the one, this one is Cowgirl. Now this is pretty. I love some green and some blues when it comes to eyeshadows too. I think they're popping for like my brown eyes. I like how they make them look. But this is a pretty green. And then this one is the All Nighter. Pretty blue. I don't know, I might want to use this one. We'll see. We will see. I like that deep blue shade. And then the last one is So Sweet. It's the purple color scheme. Lavenderish light purple color scheme. So, like I said, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use today. And I am not sure. But I know I wanted to use between these two. I may just stick with this, but I love this blue. I like that blue. You know what? I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna do the blue. Let's do the blue. Cause it's, and can y'all believe it's actually Saturday morning and I'm in here filming. This has not happened in many moons. So I decided to get up this morning and I said, you know what, I just want to plan some makeup before I get my little little patooties, my 2 grandbabies, and have a little me time. So let's get started. So I have my eyes already primed and I use my Juvia's Place eyeshadow base in number 1. This is a really thick eyeshadow base. If you let it sit before you before you blend it out. But there are some nice bases. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this look. So since this palette does not have a transition shade, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Seduce palette, and I'm gonna use that very first shade as my transition shade. Just making sure my lids are smooth. Now where my brush is at? Here we go with this. And I just had this other brush. I'm gonna get it together one day, y'all. I promise you. So I'm gonna take the very first shade. They do not have shade names, but this nice matte peachy looking shade, and I'm gonna pop it right in it. Oh, that's pretty nice. Right in that crease area, going up to the brow bone area. Pack a little more. That's a nice peachy color. Pack some on the other eye. And I'm using this BH number 12, this large blending brush. Is this BH? Yeah, because the brand wiped off of it. I have like 2 of these brushes. I like this big fluffy brush because it spreads out a little more than a smaller blending brush. And I have a lot of space above my lid And when I use those smaller brushes, it takes a little bit more time to add it. So I'm going to continue to place it. So here, this brush shedding a little bit. Add a little bit more. So now we're going to blend the shadow. That's a nice transition shade. It's like on a pinky, peachy, light peachy side. It's not too dark, so I'm just adding a little bit more on both eyes. And we're going to blend one more time. And I'm blending right in that crease area. And you want to make sure you lightly, and I can't say this enough when I'm explaining my steps, make sure you lightly, very lightly blend. And do not go in with a heavy hand, because it'll start separating and breaking up your shadow. So now we're going to go in with the blue eyeshadow palette and the all-nighter. And let's take, do a little different. Let's take the second shade, the deep blue shade. It's really pigmented. So we're going to see how this is going to work on these eyes. And I'm going to place it and pack it right in the outer V. Now it's going on pretty good, but I don't know how it's going to stay, and ooh, it's already patchy. And my lids are completely set, so I don't know. Ooh, well, we're going to keep going. And I'm going to lightly, very lightly pack it on here and see if that helps. Because I had the same issue when I use that Lorella's palette, the purple, because I know purples are kind of hard to work with at times, but I never had an issue with the blue. So we're gonna try to play with it. And I'm just lightly stamping it on the outer V. Now that side's placing pretty good so far, but we'll see. Try it again, place a little bit more. Lightly pack it. It's still moving. So we're gonna just keep moving with it, because I like to give stuff the benefit and just keep going. Because I also keep in mind that, you know, although you want products to work, it's also an affordable product, so it may not be as, what I'm trying to say, it may not perform as you would like this side. It's like clearly separating. But I try to remember that, you know, it's not expensive, because some expensive makeup does the same thing. You just put, in my opinion, you know, sometimes I just think we pay for the name, and some of the quality be, you know, like the affordable brands or whatever. So we're just going to keep trying to work with this baby, because I believe in chances. Let's give this thing a chance. You know, I was taught you always have to see the good in something. Yeah. So I'm just going to pack a little bit more. Now this side is doing pretty good. Or maybe my eye may be the problem. Now it hasn't been running, so let's see if I can stamp it a little bit harder and see what it does. Let's press it. How about that? Press for a few seconds. It's making a little difference. Not a whole lot, but a little. I'm gonna stamp it in those places that it separated. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing over here. Just stamp it, hold it. And just place it on here with the side of the brush in that area. And I'm going closer to the center of the lid with this shade. And I'm just still pressing and packing it on the lid. And I'm lightly moving it up into the crease area just a little bit. So it's actually building up lightly, but I want to know what it's going to do when I blend it. So I'm going to add a little bit more just to make sure I have that payoff that I want. Okay, so a little bit more. Look as if it's gonna make a difference if it keep on separating and having these patches. Okay, so we're gonna let that roll for now. So now I am going to look for a small brush. Take this ColourPop pencil brush, blending brush, and I'm gonna take the very first shade. I hope this one does right, because I don't want to see him my look don't turn out right. And I'm gonna place it directly in the crease, going over into the inner corner. And I'm using the tip of this brush so I can control the placement of this shadow. And just lightly packing it. Now it looks good together, but we're gonna see how it blends. So I'm doing the same thing for the other eye. Just wanna pack it directly in the crease, going to the inner corner. Just lightly packing. And I'm lifting my eye so I can make sure it's placed right in that crease area. I like how it's looking. Pretty. Do this and add a little bit more. Lifting my eye again and just packing directly in the crease area. Ooh, that's pretty though. So I'm gonna go back in with this little small brush and put the blue back on the outer V. And go up a little bit so we can blend those edges. I think it's working together. I think it's actually picking up a little bit more now since I'm putting the other shades together, but we'll see when it comes to blending, because that's a whole different ball game. So I'm gonna go back in with the pencil brush and make sure it is in the crease to my liking. Just build up just a little bit more, because I like to slowly build my shadows. You know, and I always say, because if I just pack a bunch of it on here, I could have a whole mess and be blending for days. Y'all think I'll be blending for 20 minutes. I'll be blending for days, trying to get it off. Get it smooth and blend it well. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the, where's my blending brush? I need a paper brush. Because I don't want to use the other, not that flat brush. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques. It's a small fiber blending brush. Now this is about to tell it all when I blend. So I'm going to lightly blend in circular motions around the edges. And I'm lifting my eyes so I can get right in that crease area and blend these edges upwards towards my brow bone. And I'm going to continue to just lightly fluff those edges, because I don't want to get out of control and then the blue go all the way up. I'm not looking for that type of look. So I'm blending lightly in circular motions again. And now I'm going to do very light windshield wiper motions with the brush. And make sure these edges. So that's blending pretty good, even though it's not as deep as it was, but we'll add a little bit more before we finalize this look. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye, just blend out these edges. And with these types of colors, you can get like really carried away and blow this whole thing out, and this blue be everywhere. And I don't want to go too high. So that's why I'm lightly just flicking the edges in circular motions. Because these deep colors can get real messy and then start looking muddy. That's the term I was trying to say a few minutes ago, muddy. And I don't want that look. So I'm going to continue to lightly flicker the edges again. And now the little windshield wiper motions back and forth. And I'm lifting my eye so I can get right in that crease. And just take your time. Just take your time. Because blending eyeshadows is a job. Like a full-time job. So I'm just going to continue to blend. So now I'm going to wipe off. I thought I had my little towel. I'm going to wipe it off on the towel. It's on my lap, my brush. So we can clean it and we can go around one more time. Because I don't want any more product to be added going up towards the brow bone area. So I think that's blended like pretty good. So now I'm going to go back in with the BH brush with the first shade we started with. And make sure it's builded pretty good because this blue is so deep. I want to make sure this transition shade is just as deep with it. Because I want it too light and then the blue just stands out. So, and when I do this, it transitions really well. When you have a color that it can actually transition with. So I'm just packing it so we can blend it and we can wrap this baby up after we put our shimmer on. So now I'm going to take my Sigma fiber brush and blend the edges one more time. And I'm using this brush because the other brush has eyeshadow on it. And I don't want to keep blending with that brush and it continues to add more product going up my eye. And I want to concentrate it right in the crease area and my lid, this blue shade. And I'm just making sure these edges are really diffused with this deep blue. This is a really deep blue, and you have to make sure when you're using deep colors like this, you really blend. So I'm gonna try this Real Techniques brush with this blue and see if it will get a little more pop back on there without overpacking. For some reason, I don't know, but this eye looks good. This eye, I don't know. It might be my eye. I don't know. But, or it might be the lighting from this angle. I don't know. But this side is like doing really well. I have no clue. But we are going to keep pushing. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with this Real Techniques brush and lightly do those edges one more time. Since we add a little more product, I'm going to just lightly diffuse it. So now I'm going to do the edges of the shadow towards the center of the lid, only because when I place that base booster, I won't have that harshness and a lot to smooth out and blend with the shimmer shade. So you can see it's kind of like smooth now. So now let's get the base booster. Y'all can tell I'm not going to work because I'm not this hyped at 6 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I can be, but for the most part, So I'm going to take my base booster. Ooh. and make sure it is smooth. And place it right on the center, over into the inner corner. I'm not going to go over the outer V, because I don't know what's going to happen if I put this over that. You know what, let's do it. The heck with it, let's do it. But what's left I'm going to place, so I'm pretty much placing it all over my lid. How about that? But I started with the center, so most of it will be placed where I'm going to stick the shimmer shadow. So I'm just making sure it is all over the entire lid. So I think that should do it. Now I'm going to go back in with the, we're going to put this blue back on here first. Okay, so we're going to put this blue back on first. And lightly, I'm going to lightly dab it on. Before I put the shimmer on. And I'm lightly, very lightly placing it. That might be the problem, because I shouldn't have done that, because look at this. I just screwed this up. But we're gonna let it rip, and we're gonna try to fix it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more heavier packing to see if that, and then I'm packing in the motions like I'm spreading my shimmers, and see if that does it. Make it look a little better. Let me see. Let me see if that helps. Just kind of like, because that's the thing I was saying about these glitter glues and stuff. You can't do this, and I did it, because it will show if it's not blended. And I just screwed that all up. You know what? We're gonna come back to this outer V, because it's like really just like, because me, I've been wiping it off. But now we're gonna go in with the third shade. What do I want to do? You know, let's go with the last shade. Let's kind of cover this thing up, because it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna place the last shade directly on that outer V portion. I'm gonna stamp it. I like this shade though. It's pretty, pretty, pretty. And I'm gonna put it all over the blue shade. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back and add some blue on top of this shade and see what it does. But this is a nice shade. Look at it, it's so pretty. I'm gonna continue to pack a little more. I'm going right up in the crease area. And I should have been done this video, but that blue has given me a run. But this shade, I like that. That makes up for that blue. So do the same thing for this eye. Just pack it. And I'm packing in circular motions so I can diffuse it as I place it. But this is a pretty, 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 pretty shade. So I'm placing it all over the outer V and the center. I'm just trying to let this other one dry down a little bit more. Oh, that made it a little better. When you layer on top of that blue. That's pretty. That's really pretty. So add a little bit more. And I'm flicking it in circular motions. Now that is pretty. Now that blue worked out well for this eye. Something must be wrong with my eye. I don't know, because it could be. But I'm going to take a little bit more. Now we're going to pack this all over the outer V. Oh yeah, it's looking a little bit better. And then we'll try to put a little bit more blue on top of it. Or should I just leave it alone, because I've already fought with this thing enough. So that's why I'm glad I don't know how to edit. And I don't edit, because you know, if you watching somebody's video and they're doing looks like this and you don't see this part, and you get this palette and it does the same thing it's doing for me, and maybe it's just my technique, I don't know, but you'll be highly disappointed. to know, because I know it happened to me before, and you follow people's videos and you think your look is going to come out like that, but then you get to a step like this and it's just like patchy, and you got to fix it and don't know how to fix it because it wasn't shown on camera. So I'm going to take the other side of this brush and use the next shade. Now this is a pretty shade, and stick it right in the inner corner and overlap the center. Now these are some pretty shades together. Now they really do complement each other. Same thing for this eye. And I'm going right up in the crease with this shade over to the center. But overall, I think it's really coming together well, even though it's took a little longer than usual. But I'm gonna take this ColourPop brush. No. Take the little one I was using. This might be the problem. Well, it can't be if this side. Let's just take it. Yeah, just don't worry about me. Okay, I'm gonna pack it right back in this area where it separated at. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's looking a little better. Pack a little bit more. That shimmer did make a difference. And you know what? I just thought about it, and I might be wrong, but is blue kind of in the purple family? The reason it's so difficult to blend? Or is it just me? Y'all can be honest, because it might be me. Because this eye is perfect. Or like I said, it might be my lighting. So I'm just packing a little bit more. But I do like this. I'm going to go back in with my Real Techniques. We're going to add a little bit more of this deep shade. Back on the top of it again. Because we don't want to separate. I want to use it as a filler. And this, I like this shade though. It's so pretty. And then flip the brush back over and go back in with the inner corner shade. I promise y'all we about done. Thank God I didn't have to work this morning, because I probably would have got up, wiped it off, and said, get somebody to do it. I'm not doing it today. We're not going to do it today. We're not doing it today. So I'm going to go in with my, go in with this Sigma E36. And we're going to blend, I'm going to lift my eye, and we're going to blend these edges again. So everything is smooth and blended well. And I got to hurry up because my own granddaughter, she has already called saying, Gigi, what time are you going to get me? If anybody loves to stay with me, my darling Pooh loves to stay with Gigi. Now Jax, he'll probably be like that when he get a little older. His name is Jackson, but she loves to stay with her Gigi. They are my the little light of my lives. I love those little babies. So I'm going to continue to blend, and I'm flicking it in circular motions going towards the brow bone area. And you can see how it's really like diffusing like really well. So that eye is where it's at. When we clean up this thing, we'll get it together. So we're going to continue to flick this eye. And of course, I have it lifted as well, so we can blend and flick out those edges. And I'm flicking them in circular motions. Gotta get it right here flicked out really good, because I feel like it's not even. I think I'm gonna call my sister today and see if she wants to get some seafood. I love some seafood. I know it's random, but I love some seafood. I may call her and see what she got going on. I'm looking like an ocean anyway. Man, we're gonna get some seafood. I'm gonna take my BH brush and just make sure everything is blended. I think it's looking good though, to be perfectly honest. I think it looks really, really, really good. So I'm gonna go with this ColourPop brush just to make sure these edges. And I have that little lighter shade on here. So just making sure everything is uniformed. Okay, got it. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with this BH. And lightly, very lightly, blend the two areas together. And one more time with this Sigma brush. And I am done. I promise y'all I'm done. I just didn't like how it was like there was slump right here in this area. And everything else was right in the crease area above it a little bit. And I'm telling y'all, this magnetic mirror in front of me, I can see it all. So, I think that should do it. That should do it. So I'm going to get my wipe. Use this micellar water and we're going to clean this baby up. But I do like it though, overall, even though I have to fight with it. I guess that come with it, doesn't it? So we're going to clean up from under this eye area so I can see what else I need to do before I do the rest of my face. Now it's pretty. That's why I always say, honey, just trust the process, because this look is like so pretty now. Came together like really good. Okay, so I think that should do it. I think everything is blended pretty good. It's just something about this area here. It's gonna have to go today though. I'm just doing windshield wipers. I don't like to leave anything off, because when I get off camera, I do not do anything else. And I know this look is probably 45 minutes. But that should do it. I like the color combo. But I'm going to do my usual. Jump off camera, because this has taken long enough. And I'll be back to show you guys my final look. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the finished look. I love how the look came together. Now for my shadows, you know, y'all know I struggled with this blue. But I will say, when I topped it with this shimmer shade, it made all the difference with how it filled in. So I think when I did my wing liner, it kind of covered up the patchiness that was down close towards the outer V area. But overall, perfect look. I love how it came together. It blended really good. Now it did blend good besides these patches on the eye. This eye didn't really give me any problems. So I don't know if it's just my eye or what, I don't know. But overall, I like it. But I will try this blue again, because I want to see if I do a different technique, will it work by doing something totally different, because sometimes that works. Or try without setting the eyeshadow base, because it could have been the powder that makes it move around easier when it's set with translucent. But I'm definitely going to try that and see, even with the purple. I'm going to try with the purple and this deep blue, because that may be it. I may have to lightly apply it on a tacky base rather than setting my base and then trying to blend it. But I don't know, but we will see. I'm just curious to see if that's it. But again, I love this little palette. You know that it was 6 colors. I'm definitely looking forward to using the other colors I have. If you have these palettes, let me know your thoughts on it. And if you haven't and you have used this blue and it worked for you, let me know what techniques you've done differently that may help me, because clearly I didn't get the memo. Because I had a time during this video. I was saying whatever, doing whatever, but it is what it is. Overall, I do love the look. So if you guys have any comments, suggestions, anything like that, drop them down in the comment section below. And if you have not done so already, comment, like, and subscribe to your girl's channel. And become a part of my YouTube family here. I'll see you guys in my next video.